file here. So let's double click the game script. And I am going to paste what I've copied from the internet. And it says, if input get mouse down, debug that the left click was pressed. So let's save this and let's just see what happens. Let's just click the screen and see if in this console it says that we are clicking. That's how you can test out and see if things are happening. And there you go. See, every time I click, I'm clicking, and this debug is getting logged out into the console. So it's good. So we know this is working. We know that our interaction with the mouse is working. And so I'm going to erase this part. And I am going to put in some curly brackets. And we're going to make some things happen in here. So now let's create some variables. Okay, so I'm going to say, we're going to talk about jumping here. So we're going to say public bool jumping. So he's not jumping yet, so it's going to start out at false, right? And then we're going to create a jump speed. So this is harkening back to my old Flash days when I would code this way, and you know, it's not really taking advantage of the Unity physics at all, but that's okay. You're still gonna learn some stuff. So jump speed, we're gonna change this, but we're gonna set this as, I don't know, let's just say 10. Let's see what that does. Okay, and then we are gonna say when this is down, jumping is true. Jumping equals true. Okay. Now, okay, that's fine. So if jumping, we're going to say if jumping. So if jumping is actually true, that's how you write if it's true or not. You just write if jumping. And then we're going to we're going to affect the character here. So we're going to go ahead and, I'm keeping things alphabetical here. That's why I'm putting this up here. Public game object. Game object, we're going to call this the player. Okay, and we will have to drag in the character into that slot. So if it's jumping, we are going to now change the position of the player. So we're going to say, let me see, player dot position equals new vector 3. So vector 3 is your three-dimensional coordinates. And what did player dot, I'm supposed to write transform dot position. So his transform, his position is going to be a new vector 3. And what's it going to be? We are going to copy and paste this. And we're going to write dot x. So his x coordinate, the player's x, dot y, and dot z, but his y coordinate is going to get increased by the jump speed. Okay, so come on, put that in there. Okay, so his position, he's gonna stay at the same x coordinate. His y coordinate is gonna get increased by jump speed, so it'll just simply go straight up forever. And then his transform position, his z position will always stay the same. But now we don't want it to just go up forever. So what we are going to do is we are going to decrease the jump speed over time. So it'll get to a negative number. So when he gets to the top and it gets to 0, he'll like be frozen for a split second, and then when it gets negative, he will be coming back to ground. So we are going to reduce the jump speed. Minus equals, let's just go time.delta time. Let's see what that does. Dot delta. Come on, what is going on with this? Okay, and then, so let's just see what happens, and then I know I'm gonna have to do some fixes here. So let's just, when I click, jumping should be true, and then he should go up and then come back down eventually. So click. Oh, aha, I did not yet drag the player into this slot right here, So I have to drag the character into that slot. And now let's test it. Because the code refers to that player. Whoa, and he just went flying up. Wonder where he went. Let's see if we could double click on the character. Where is that guy? That was way too much. So let's change the jump speed really far down. Let's change it to like, let's just go like let's put it at 1. See what that does. And then you'll notice once I've established in code a public float, and I had set it to 10 before, you'll notice that the jump speed stayed at 10, and you'll have to go in there and manually change that every time. So let's see if we set it at 1 and we click. You could at least see him. So 1 was also too high. Let's change this to like 0.1 and see what that does. Let's just play around, see what our speed is when we click. Yep. 1 was a little bit too little. Let's go with 3. Let's see. Let's try that. 0.3. Well, jump speed, no, I don't want it to be 3. I want it to be 0.3. That's a mistake there I did. Okay, so let's see 0.3. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. Let's save it. Let's go 2. Let's see 2. And I've noticed when I click, I could probably click while he's in the air. Well, let's see if I could just keep him up. And I'll explain that in a sec. So if I just keep, no, okay, so he's not. Okay, so 2 might be a little bit too fast. And I think his, he doesn't have enough hang time for my liking. So you could say time delta time, you know, divided by, and just come up with some numbers if you want, but you could play around with that. But let's just say, for example, if he's jumping, and first of all, I want to make sure that I can't click while he's in the air. And so if input's that and not jumping, this is how you say and not jumping. Okay, so if the mouse is down and I'm not already jumping, then jumping is true. And then if I am jumping, then his speed's gonna go, I mean his Y is gonna go up, and then it's gonna come back down. And then I'm gonna say if player dot transform dot position dot Y is less than or equal to 0, because I know that's where he starts, his X, Y, and Z coordinates. He starts at 0. If his player transform gets back down to the ground, which was at 0, then we are going to say jumping is false. And we're going to reset the jump speed to equals, what did we say we wanted it at? 0.2F. You have to put that for the float. So we reset, oh, I didn't put an equal sign here. And then I am also going to make sure that the player's position is set to 0, 0, and what is the Z? I forgot what the Z is for the character. This character is 0, 0, 0. Oh, he's 0, 0, 0. That makes it nice and convenient. So 0, 0, 0, right there. And let's save that and test it. So what that just did is it made him go up, come back down, and then he should reset here after his jump is completed. Okay? So let's see. We're going to go ahead and click. And he just keeps jumping. And I can't like make him jump while he's up in the air, but I can, you know. Okay? So that might be too springy for you. You could, again, lower the jump to maybe like 1.5 if you want, or I'm sorry, 0.15. Let's just take a look. Now you'll have to, 1.5 was not good. Anyway, you play around with that number, you know, 1.19, but you'll note, I keep saying the wrong number, 0.19, but you'll notice after the first click, it now gets set to 2, because of this code right there. So if you want it to be set at 0.19, you'll have to edit this code here if you want it to match what you set for here. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully that does. Wait a minute. 1.1. I don't know why that first jump was kind of measly. Anyway, we got a little jumping guy, and we could play around with the numbers, and you could play around with this time.delta time. You could like, let's just say this is a multiplication sign. If you push the asterisks and you say, let's just say 0.5. So I cut that in half, and then it'll reduce the jump speed at half the time. So he should go way up higher. But you could then play around with this and set this to like 0.1 if you wanted. Let's just play around with these numbers, and then I'm going to let you guys set it at whatever you want. Okay, that's the great thing about coding your own game is, you know, you can follow along with this tutorial, but then you could make adjustments to your liking. So you see how he just hangs a little bit longer because I reduced the amount that his jump speed gets minused. Okay, so go ahead and put that in there, and we'll code it so that the stars, you know, have to be you have to be on the ground to collect them, and then we'll have objects that you have to dodge and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and have fun making your character jump. Have fun.